Mobile Car Doctor here. 05 Honda Odyssey alternator replacement. A lot of people know how difficult it is to take it out of this little tiny area. So you can look right down, straight down here, you see? You'll see right here where this is. On the left side of the engine, facing the engine, you see your dipstick. Go straight down. And it's hidden underneath this top piece, see? So you come out, and that's what it looks like. So the first thing I'm going to do, which I did, was disconnect this bottle. This bottle slides right up off of this bracket. So you just kind of push the bottle that way and lift it up. After that, there's two hoses. Take the clamp off the hose, move it down about 8 inches. Have a nice little rag ready. Put it under the hose, drain it into the rag. Fastest way to do that. Second one, there's the other hose, the little hose. That way you won't have a mess. Now, as you can see, I wire tied it out of the way. I'm going to bring that alternator this way, out of this hole. Then if I take this light out, I'll be able to see all the way straight through. If there's anything else in my way, I'll be able to shim it or jimmy it straight out of where this light is, instead of trying to fight it to come out of here. There's probably more room coming through this light area. So first thing we're going to do is disconnect this 10mm bolt and this Phillips or whatever you have up here. Somebody's replaced them. Pull this out, disconnect the wiring, set it over there. So I'm going to do that now. So I just went ahead and lifted that up with the Phillips so it's loose. Took this bolt out, set the bolt over here on the ground. Be careful, sometimes it gets camouflaged. And then you take this bumper right here, and if you notice underneath, there might be right here underneath this in the back, there will be a clamp holding that together, a small bolt. Take that out, then pull this out, and then pop it down. There's going to be this little access groove right here. You go straight through, get this 10mm out, and that'll allow this light to move forward. Now come up here, take your handy little device, work it back and forth, pop some of these rivets out, just like so. Now I'm going to leave the front rivets connected to the front so this doesn't have to go far, see? Just pull it on out. I'm going to leave that connected and make sure no more connected all the way around, but just these two. Make life really easy. Put these over here so you can easily identify the bolts. That's right in there. Check. Yep, that comes up. That comes up. So what we're going to do is we're going to work this whole area out so we can access the bolt holding the light in right here on the bottom. It's because sometimes I just like to think outside the box. But I'm going to slowly go around. I think there's probably another connection underneath this one. So let's take this out and take a view. Peek. There it is. There it is right there. So let's go ahead and remove that one. See, you can leave this here. Just lift this up. Sometimes these could get real stiff on you, so you just have to play around with them until you can get them to pop out. There we go.
Do you think this light might be any fuse?
Now I pulled on it, and I pulled on it just enough where we can access. Here's the light. Right there on the right hand side of the light. Right there. You can see there's two bolts holding that other clip up, so we're going to go ahead and go straight through there with an extension. Straight through there, get those two out. Okay, I removed it. Now you can see the whole thing pops off. So just reach behind here, disconnect this wiring. Push on the tab, pull this down, take this off. Push this tab in, pull that one off. This one's loose, but it's got dirt on it, so I'm going to have to take 2 hands. Go ahead and disconnect that, move the light, and put it over there. Now, don't forget, after that, there's one more over here. Just loosen it, take it off. Okay, now with the light out, look how much room there is. Now all we're going to do is remove this bottle, and you can see that alternator. It's going to come right out of that huge opening right there. Now all we have to do is remove the bottle. And to remove the bottle, this is going to be pretty easy. There's going to be a bolt here underneath and a bolt on the bottom on this side. 10 millimeter. And one on top, which would be the last one I do right here on the top. Look at that, bungee just sitting around. We'll just tie that sucker up. Okay, now you want to just loosen this. There's one bolt on this side, and move this to the side, and this right here will swivel over to that area, and you'll have all this opening for your alternator. Now you'll be able to do it right there. The left. Okay, I've decided to actually just twist the bottle to the side without disconnecting all the fluid in it. We don't want it leaking. You see how I have it sitting down here? All I did was twist it to the left. Just put it to the left and tie it right here. Now, look how much room you have. That's awesome, isn't it? So you can look straight in here and you can see that this bottom bolt right here, which appears to be a 14, this one appears to be either a 12 or a 13, most likely 12. Come off. This is going to move that way, which will free the belt. So come over here and just pop this off and let it hang here until you get the new one in, and then you can just put it back over without having to, unless you're going to replace the belt too. Okay? Alright. Okay, after you've disconnected all that, before you touch any wiring, come over here, disconnect that negative. Okay, now once you get the belt off and all that, as you see, I took the 14 millimeter off the bottom, the 12 off the top. The alternator's loose, it's ready to come through here. Once it comes through, the wires will follow it, then you can disconnect the wires. But right now, that little arm right over here hits the pulley. So the next thing I'm doing is taking this pulley out. So we'll get this pulley out. You always look for shims, washers, things like that. They could be holding it. Try to keep it nice and firm in your hand. Look at this. It looks like the whole assembly moves on one bolt. Just that one bolt holding all that up. Ain't that amazing? I'm going to move my ratchet out of the way. Huh. Interesting. That is one big bolt. Racha. And it does. It holds all the assembly together. The belt and everything on there. You can see it's all moving around. See, it's all loose. I did not know that. And there we go. Now I can just pull the whole thing to the side. There we go. Now it should come out. Hey, now that I took the pulleys out of the way, it just slid straight forward. Now remember which way your wires go. This goes this way and connects, because when you put it back, this has to go back that way, and that one has to go that way. So there's the plug. You unplug it, pop this rubber off, take that nut off the top, put your new alternator together. There's a nut under there. Take that off, put your other alternator just like this, connect everything, push it right back in place, reassemble everything, and you're good to go. Thanks for joining the Mobile Car Doctor. Have a good day.